Hello, everyone. It's your big sister Chiquis, and you've reached my personal voicemail box for the Dear Chiquis podcast. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with, whether you're going through a breakup or having issues with your family, or maybe you have a question about my personal life. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and my opinions, and if you're suffering from a serious issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your message at the sound of the beep.
Hi, Chiquis. I have 2 questions for you. The first one is from your experience. How was Fernie as a boyfriend to your mom, Jenni? Like, did you like him for her as like a partner? Were you sad, disappointed that their relationship didn't last in the end and didn't work out and everything that happened? And my second question is, would you have him as a guest in your podcast, like for an episode? Thank you, and sending you lots of love to you and your siblings, and always remembering your mom.
Oh, Paty, you put me in the hot seat. I love it. You guys, this is what Dear Chiquis is all about. You can ask me anything, and most likely, 98% of the time, I will answer it. I think it's rare when I'll say I don't want to talk about it, but I think these questions are good. So I'm going to go ahead and answer them. Fernie, I think, was a great partner for my mom in the sense of he brought the best out in her music. A lot of people don't know this, but Fernie brought out, I guess, the hood, for the lack of a better word, and got her in touch with that girl from Long Beach. And he also loves music. So he helped her a lot in the studio and with ideas as far as like marketing and pictures. So he was very involved. And I think when he came into my mom's life, her career went to another level because she was, I think, finally feeling good in her own skin. And he brought that out in her. He would call her gorgeous. He loved everything about her. And I think it just gave her this new sense of confidence. So Fernie definitely in that aspect was great. And he was great with my siblings and I. He would always defend us if my mom would yell or if she got a little crazy. Like, we knew if Fernie's there, we're good. Fernie's going to protect us. And she would listen to him. Even if he was 10 years younger, she would listen and respect his opinion. But you know what? I just realized that some of you might not know who Fernie is. So let me quickly tell you. So Fernie, in my mother's words, was her soulmate, the love of her life, the man that made her a woman. And I won't get into details, but I mean, F it, whatever. She said it. I'm not lying, but she said he was the first guy to give her an orgasm. And she already had her 5 children. So she just became this other woman when he came into her life. And like I said earlier, he was 10 years younger. So I think he made her feel young. He made her feel cool. Like he was just very like from El Barrio sort of thing. I don't know how to explain it because I don't want to say ghetto because it's not that. It was just, he was very from El Barrio and just embraced his culture. And I think really, really allowed my mom to embrace hers. So with that being said, I think he was awesome in that aspect. He brought out the best in her as an artist and as a woman and even as a mother. And I thought everything was great up until they had a really bad breakup and he was so sad about it that he started doing drugs. And then after that, it just was never the same. So as much as I loved him and I still love him very much, I'm so grateful with him because he was, again, so good to us. I was very adamant about my mom not being with him. So when Esteban, her husband, came into the picture, I thought, oh my goodness, this is the guy that's going to take care of her. I don't have to worry. Because with Fernie, I did worry because they would get rowdy and, you know, it was just like more of a fun relationship. And with Esteban, it just felt more stable. So as much as I loved Fernie, I did not want them together because of his drug issue. And it was very hard for my mom to let go. So he was in and out a lot. And there were times, I will admit, that he would call and I would not tell my mom. And I'm not proud of that, but I just really wanted to protect my family. He even called one time and he's like, hey, can I talk to your mom? I was like, no. It's like, please just leave us alone. She is happy. She's at peace. Please, Fernie, like if you love her, if you love us, leave her alone. I never told my mom that. Later on, she found out because I told one of my siblings, they told her anyway. And she was very sad because he hadn't called in a long time. And it was because I asked him, like, dude, you need to stop. And it was just something that I regret in a way, but I also wanted my mom to just be happy. So anyway, I'm getting into this. This is a whole other episode, guys. But Paty, to answer your question, it was like a yes and a no at the same time. Pero sí le tengo mucho cariño. Johnny, my brother, the little one, is very close to him right now. And yes, I actually thought about having him on the podcast. I think it would be really good. We have something in mind as a family planned that I want him to be a part of. So be excited for that. But he's definitely someone that we all love and appreciate very, very much to this day. So yeah, thank you for your question. I'm sorry, that was a very long explanation, but I needed you guys to understand the details. You know, I'm very thorough. Let's move on to Joey.
Hello, Chiquis. Just wanted to tell you I love you, your siblings, and your mama, and all the content that you've done. You really are an inspiration. Just 2 questions. The first being, since you did a country song a couple of years ago, who's your favorite country star and why? And second question, what do you do if you and your partner's future long-term goals don't align with each other? I've been dating my girlfriend for 5 months, and she told me recently she wanted to have children, but I, on the other hand, do not, and I don't see myself as a dad in the future anymore, and I'm worried I'm going to end up resenting her if I compromise my goals and dreams for the future. If you have anything that'll help, please tell me. I just don't want to end this on a bad note with her if that were to come to happen. Love you so much, Chiquis. Bye.
Oh, Joey, I love you too. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all those beautiful words you told me. And I'll start with the easier question. My favorite country artist, I will admit, I haven't listened to country music as often as I used to, but one that came to mind as soon as I heard your question was Gretchen Wilson. Gretchen Wilson, because she reminds me a lot of my mom, and we listen to her music a lot. And I think she's a total badass. So if you haven't heard Gretchen Wilson, go check her out. She's so awesome. A little side note, my mother actually has a song called Dama Divina, and it was inspired by one of Gretchen Wilson's songs. Just, a little something, a little exclusive here on Dear Chiquis. Okay, so now your second question. A little bit difficult just because, I'm going to be honest. I think it's okay if you both have different career choices and aspirations. But when it comes to children, I think that's where the disconnect is going to happen. And you both have to be on the same page with that. Mind you, when I first met my husband, I did not want kids. I did not want to get married. And with time, that changed. But he was okay with it. I was very upfront from the beginning. Like, hey, this is where I stand. Are you cool with it? If not, like, aquí muere, like we can't continue. He was okay with it. I don't know if in the back of his mind, he's like, I'm going to change her mind. He changed my mind. He made me feel safe. I don't know if that is your case. I don't know how long you've been with her, but if she really wants children, also you can't be selfish and keep her around and then she'll resent you because she really wants that. And if you guys aren't meeting eye to eye in that particular area, then I don't see how it's going to work. So I think you need to make a very serious decision, especially if you are gung-ho about your career and this is what you want to do. These are your goals. And you're more of like 100%, I don't want any children. But if there's a possibility, then maybe. But if you really feel, and it sounds like you don't want any children, I think you need to be honest with her. And I think you need to let her go because that's not fair. I don't know if that is what you were expecting, but if you come on Dear Chiquis, I'm going to be real and I'm going to give you the advice that I would give one of my siblings or someone that I really love. And I love you and I want the best for you. So that is my honest advice. I hope it helps. Okay, last question comes from Gina.
Hola, Chiquis. Me da gusto saludarte y me gustaría saber por qué ya no vive Johnny contigo.
Hi, Gina. Okay, so Gina's asking, why doesn't Johnny, my little brother, who is now 24, why doesn't he live with me anymore? So I'm going to answer in Spanish and then I'll get back to you guys in English. Gina, Johnny ya no vive conmigo porque se mudó no tan lejos, como unos, la verdad, 15 minutos de mi casa, así que siento como que vive conmigo, pero no. Era una decisión de él, pero yo ya lo tenía pensado como un año, pero no hallaba cómo decirle y en realidad yo no estaba como lista, pero él tomó la decisión de decir, ya quiero crecer, quiero aprender, quiero madurar y pues por eso ya no vive conmigo. Eso ya. Sí me dolió muchísimo, fue una decisión muy difícil, pero ahora lo veo muy bien, como un niño, pues no niño porque ya está grande, muy responsable y estoy muy, muy orgullosa de él. Y pues yo también ya pues estoy casada y yo creo que él también se sentía como que no quería estorbar. Esto no me lo dijo a mí, se lo dijo a Emilio, mi esposo, pero también nos ha ayudado mucho a mi esposo y yo en nuestra relación, en nuestro matrimonio. Así que todo pasa cuando tiene que pasar y Dios tiene el control. Pero gracias por tu pregunta. So anyway, I was telling Gina, guys, that Johnny decided to move out. It was his decision. He's now 24. And I had been thinking about it for a year. I just didn't know how to bring it up. And I wasn't necessarily 100% ready. So I prayed a lot. And then all of a sudden he was ready to leave. And he just said he wanted to spread his wings and be more responsible and mature. And I think he also felt safe. This is what he told my husband. He felt safe leaving because he felt I was in good hands and he wanted to give us our space. He never told me that. But I think that's very mature of him, actually. And as much as it hurt that he left, I now realize that it was the best decision for him. I see him thriving. I see him a lot more responsible and especially with his finances, or he's trying. It's tough. Adulting is tough, but it also has helped my relationship with my husband and my marriage. So he's not too far, 15 minutes away. So it's not bad. So that's what I was telling Gina. Anyway, you guys, that wraps up this episode. And I just want to say thank you guys. That was a great batch of questions. Thank you, Paty, Joey, and Gina for calling in and leaving me your voicemails. I appreciate you all more than you know, and I hope I was able to answer your questions. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Dear Chiquis. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.